Yeah, y'all. So this is the video that I'm making as a shorter version of that long ass video I was making. See, look, there go a gang stalker right there, but y'all can't see it because I'm no longer making it on a video. But I started to notice something. Like I said, every time they do this stupid gang stalking stuff, I'm gonna start to see that it's something deeper to what's going on. So now I just realized that when they be bringing a raggedy behind around here with those ghetto behind Target bags. Yes, that's right. Blow the horn, y'all, because they ghetto. And, like, Target is starting to be seen as something ghetto to me. Like, if unless somebody gave me a gift card to go shop at Target, I will not be spending none of my money at Target. And they all right, because they got a lot of sleep people that love to go shop there. So be it. And there's some things I would buy from Target. But as far as that, they would be like the last resort. And so would Walmart. Walmart used to be my go-to place that to get cheap stuff at that was affordable and still somewhat doable. But anyways, I apologize for that beginning. But I'm just basically trying to talk about how I recognize by every single time when somebody's doing some game stalking, like with the red Target bags and stuff like that. It's like a distraction. One, like, because first of all, whatever happens at that day, at that time, whatever store you go to or whatever area you go to, it's easy to point out the game stalkers no matter if they're walking with some sort of bag with a symbol on it, whether it's Target or Walmart, because that's their main favorite ones. That's how I know it must be Target or Walmart that's helping to fund this gang stalking crap, or one of the stores must be funded or created by somebody like the CIA, the FBI, or the alphabet bros like they call them. Meanwhile, my son watching some Coco Melon in the background. Turn it down a little bit. There you go, baby. Thank you, honey. So I just started thinking that because I was like, it got to be because why I barely ever see them having gang stalking. Once, like today is the first day I saw a dude trying to walk by my car with two Goodwill bags because I had complained. I said, you know what? I know, like, why don't they ever use bags with other stores that's in the neighborhood? They always using bags from some store that's at least pretty much 5 miles outside of the radius of the community that we're in. But meanwhile, there's like five different corners, somebody's standing there not doing nothing, just holding a Target bag to do like a psychological psyop on us, like to, I guess, kind of make us feel like we're targeted, we're being watched, they know our every move. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make us feel like they know our every move. Just because you know our every move, you still ain't killed me. You still ain't unalive me. You still ain't successfully did what you want to do. And I feel like that's because they want us to fold on our own. They want to get us to psychologically do it on our own, like to fold and crumble, so that we do something that get our own self in a predicament, like either unaliving ourselves or potentially getting put away in the psychiatric hospital or in jail or prison. That's what they want. So since they couldn't, the stuff that they were doing wasn't working to accomplish that, they're doing what they can and all they know. And that's how I know their intellect goes but so far, because the same stupid stuff, the same stupid tactics that they've been using for the last 30 plus years, it done ran out now. Too many people are starting to wake up for those same tactics to be working. And the more they do the same stupid, it's like they keep being stupid. Like, okay, maybe if we try it this time, it'll work. For the 50th time, for the 100th time, for the 200th time, for the 2000th time. It's they. My son had a lot of that raggedy stuff, but no matter how much they do it, it's still the same tactics, no matter what, and it looks lame. And these people are literally getting paid to look stupid. And the funny thing about it is, they don't realize that when it's all said and done, a lot of us are going to remember their faces. We're going to remember who they are and what they did. That's the part they don't remember or don't think about. They just think about the here and now, because that they think that is all that matters. Yes, it's good to be in the present moment, but are you thinking ahead what you're doing in the present moment, how it's going to affect your future? That's the part that they're missing. That's the part they don't think about. So, and another thing, this guy is the guy who I meant to say. I just found his channel tonight, like maybe 30 minutes ago now. I just happened to see it, and it looked interesting because of the picture, the thumbnail they had up there, and it said something about Diddy is evil. So I clicked on it because it looked, I forgot whatever drew my attention, but I clicked on it, and I saw the people sharing their stories about how Diddy was evil. And I had a feeling like if I could hear those people speak, I can draw some energy, not draw energy like energy harvesting, but draw like downloads from their voice of them telling the story and see like what was happening from what they were saying, like in a picture form spiritually. And then I realized how Diddy was stealing money from people doing work but not paying them, and everyone seemed to have been afraid of him because they all knew about how evil he was or is and didn't do anything about it. So I'm just thinking that somebody else is doing the same thing. If it's not a celebrity who's doing these things to us so-called regular basic citizens, who's being specifically gang stalked or put on a data watch list or a terrorist list or whatever the list is, the watch list, then obviously if it's not a celebrity, it's somebody else trying to mimic a celebrity who was either somehow connected to a celebrity in their network in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I only say that because Mr. Neapolis Malik Malachi from the Malachian Empire, AK, and also he works with Trey Capital with the funding side, like that does the wills and some other financial side, like they do trusts and stuff and wills. So it's kind of cool how they call it a will, because a will is like a cycle wheel that keeps things moving forward. And it's like the cycle of life, but spelled Will. I don't know, I just thought about that. But anyways, that's lame. But the thing is, that man did the same thing to people like myself and another man that I saw in the group before I got kicked out. They bullied him, and I noticed, I was like, why are they doing that man like that? And then I was quiet. I was just observing. I was like, wow, this is how they are? I didn't like it. And then, but we were all quiet. But everybody went back to business as usual, like that didn't even happen. It's like some people picked up on what was being done was wrong. And I'm starting to think some of them knew it was wrong, but they was in on it themselves because they want to work with him, because they also want to be the next up-and-coming big boy or big girl behind the scenes, and then eventually become somebody that's known. But I'm just saying that because it seemed like he was trying to reiterate or basically repeat or recycle some of the stuff that Diddy's doing, like bully people, have them pay you, or let them put in some blood, sweat, work, and tears, and take from them and don't give them what they worked for. That's pretty much what Diddy did. He took $30 million. If it sounded like to me that man said 30 billion, which I wouldn't be surprised, but it's probably 30 million. He said I couldn't really tell because the man's accent a little bit, and it wasn't very clear because the B and the M could be sounding similar with the way it first comes off the lips. So the thing is, that's a lot of money. So imagine somebody collecting money off of different groups for 30 years. That's how they had a bunch of money to pay little people, Peter and Paul off, like little regular ass citizens, to go gang stalk somebody, because they giving them pennies on the dollar compared to that $30+ million that they collect every year or so. They giving somebody probably like maybe a couple $100 here and there at the most, maybe $500 a week, if they doing something like to gang stalk somebody, because to them it's worth it to pay somebody to call somebody else some psychological warfare so that person can fold, because you couldn't, and no matter how many what do you call it, hitman you sent in, it didn't work, or what, for whatever reason, any other thing, like if you paid somebody to put a jersey on the back, but that person got caught up somehow, or they got some karma and it didn't work out, like things kept happening that was fumbling they plan, basically them keep fumbling the bag, hiring people that fumbled the bag, then they only their last resort is to get you to fold so that you can basically sacrifice yourself in some way, whether it be put in jail, prison, psychiatric hospital, or unalive yourself. or do something to have somebody else unalive you. That's the options that they want left, because they want it to be done secret, to not look, instead of them just coming up to you and killing you. I don't know. That's why I think it's something about them doing it secretly, and it must have something to do with trapping someone's soul and taking their energy. That's how they siphon your soul energy. Because, and I'm saying this because of something that I experienced back in 2022, shortly before they orchestrated it to put me in the psychiatric hospital for whatever reason. I was too much information was being revealed to me spiritually, and because they were watching me already, they knew about it in the privacy of my home. And so that's why they started paying these nitwit black dudes to start coming to F with me for no reason. Like, for that, I didn't even know them. And it's really funny because how I found out some of their names, and they think I don't remember who they are and what they did. Even though a year or so has gone by, they still think I don't remember who they are and what they've done and what their names are. And even if they change their names, and I still know who you are. But it's crazy because they don't think about that stuff. They think, oh, we did that in here now. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing because it's been a year. It's been 2 years now. It's almost going on 3 years. What are they gonna do? You never know what somebody planning or thinking. And then the reason why I'm saying all this, though, y'all, is because it makes sense now how some of these gang stalkers are being paid to do certain things, because the money that they're being paid with is stolen money anyways. It don't belong to the person who's paying them. So, and then they getting paid to do a stupid, floozy behind, I'm trying not to say too many bad words, punk behind job. Like, man, I mean, I get it because it's like easy money, but it's like it shows that they don't have no character in their spirit, like no integrity in their spirit to be doing such a thing. And they getting paid to do it, somebody you don't know. Because I'm imagining if I was a gang stalker, I barely feel comfortable to gang stalk the gang stalkers, let alone an innocent person that I don't personally know. So that's how I know it's something effed up. They not all there, obviously, spiritually and mentally, maybe emotionally, but So, and I'm just saying all this as well due to these people. Well, basically, the show, it's got to be somebody in here. I'm just seeing another gang stalker that I'll keep seeing, always wearing those same stink red and black clothes. I hope he washed them. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But, yeah, you're welcome. Hold on, guys. So the thing is, I just tried to be quick with that. I apologize. It took a little longer than I expected, but it's still shorter than the other video I made. And I'm basically just saying people were scared of Diddy. He stole a bunch of money, and that's probably why people were scared, because he paid a lot of people off to keep quiet and to agree with him and to sign different disclosures about, what they are like agreeing to say and do. It's unfortunate. And the final thing I wanted to say, which is the main thing I wanted to say, was how I believe the gang stalking is also another distraction, because every single store I go to, somebody, and it always, how you gonna have, it's a bunch of people carrying Target bags at a Safeway store or at a Fred Meyer store. Why not a bunch of Fred Meyer? It's because they want you to know it's intentionally being done to you. And I also start to realize that it might be a distraction from everything else that's going on. Just like when I saw a investigation taking place that had nothing to do with me, I just happened to pull up to Walgreens off 198th and Tualatin Valley Highway in Beaverton or Hillsboro, Aloha, Oregon. And they had some businesses, like a big business truck, blocking off, like it was a lawn care company that came there with, and they were cutting the grass outside as a distraction to make things seem like it's normal outside. And then a truck pulled up that was huge to block the view of, from the hotel windows, that there was like a security or some other police car there. And then there was also some undercover cops that was parked in the front in a regular Chrysler van. And I noticed that they use Ford and Chrysler and Chevy the most. Now and then they might use a Dodge or something like that, but usually I see them using those cars. And it was a guy that was dressed normal, but he had a sheriff vest on when he got out, and they kept sending a man in a red sweater up and down the stairs, and he specifically had on a red sweater. And I don't know if they used that because he's like a minion, or he was one of their test dummies. Like he was the, what do you call it, the decoy. He was the decoy, and he was wearing a red sweater specifically, and he kept going upstairs and then downstairs, upstairs and then downstairs and he was reporting information back to those sheriffs that was in the car, and he kept going back upstairs, and then I believe they made an arrest. So after that was done, they eventually painted the hotel, and it had a little bit of a renovation that was done. So I think they had paid the people at the hotel too. And I noticed the same thing when a hotel, the Banfield Suites, was, they, like every hotel that I've been to that was gang stalking me, they all of a sudden were always doing some sort of renovation or a upgrade or something. Like the what you call it, the other one did. The Bridgeway Inn and Suites in Gresham, Oregon, like Fairview, Oregon, somewhere up there. 2323 is their address. Bridgeway Inn and Suites. And they all of a sudden had all the doors flung open. They were doing construction in the daytime. And I noticed that. So they be getting paid off, and then they do, and something happened like that at the hotel across from where I used to stay at. So yeah, it's like patterns of stuff like that is what people are waking up to, why they can't really get away with some of the stuff they were doing. That's why I needed to be secret how they kill people. It made it to look like, and then they try to defame the person on top of it, saying, oh, they died from a drug overdose. Now how, and then it makes it sound easy because it goes with the story. It goes with the lifestyle of being a star, them dying because of drugs, because they have so much fame and so much money, they can just do all these drugs. But in reality, they take advantage of that narrative, and they poison them, maybe like they give them bad drugs or intentionally overdose them with a different drug, but pretend that it's the drug that was their drug of choice when it was not. And I've seen stuff like that happen. But I'm just going to end it there. Thank you.